show you how to make what's called a global bucket planter. So there's some tools you need. Safety first. You need a miter box so that you can do an angle cut on your pipe. You need a knife.
Elliot. Hi. Elliot, stop.
So you can slice cuts into your soaking cup. And you need a couple of hole saws and a 1/4-inch drill. We'll talk about the drill. So you need a high-speed drill with a 1/4-inch bit. You need a hole saw with a 3.5-inch hole. And an 1 1/8" hole saw. Your materials are 2 buckets. You can buy them at any store. And this hole is for the pipe. That's how you'll fill the planter with water. This is for the soaking cup. That'll basically allow water from the bottom bucket to soak its way up to the top bucket. And then you use the 1/4-inch drill bit to drill a bunch of holes. I've about 20 holes. Take a look at the picture here and you can try and duplicate that. So anyways, this is how it all goes together. So top bucket with the holes goes in there. Your pipe goes in the small hole, obviously. Your soaking cup goes in the bigger hole. Fill your soil, pack it down, and you put your seedling in the top of the bucket. Once it's all in, you'll want to put a ring of fertilizer around the outside, and then your shopping bag goes over the top. Well, this isn't a really good shopping bag, but this would go over the top, sealing in the plant. You punch a hole for the plant to come through and for this to come through, and then basically all the water that you put in there goes in through this tube, soaks in from the bottom up to the plant, and yeah, that's basically your global bucket planter. Okay, so I realized I didn't really explain the soaking cup. So just your standard party cup, you know, most of them are red, this one's purple because we're different. And you take your knife and you slice 4 cuts in there, and the idea of this is to let the water that's in the lower bucket soak into here and work its way up to the upper bucket. And then, like I said before, you put that the grocery bag over the top with a hole for your plant to come through. So this is what a finished global bucket planter looks like. So there's your hole for the plant, your hole for the watering tube. Your soil is all filled all the way up to the top, and we put a ring of fertilizer around the outside, and that's the only fertilizer that it needs for the whole season. Basically every week or so you can fill that up. Oh, I did not mention, you need to drill a hole in the lower bucket. The idea behind this is it keeps an air gap between the top of the water and the bottom of the upper bucket. So that keeps air in the soil and makes sure the soil never gets waterlogged. And it also makes sure that you never overwater the plant. Because if you put too much water in the fill tube, it'll simply drain out that side hole. And I put one on the front and one on the back just so that it drains off nice and easy. So that's Global Bucket Planter.